it's Kamara with Rooted Futures. How are you? So tomorrow is the start of May 1st, 2023. But if you're seeing this message at any date, it is a timeless reading. And I would say that if you are looking at it other than early May, then you can look at this as what will be happening in the next 30 days for you. But we're looking at this reading as in what you need to guide you. What do you need to be paying attention to? What do you need to know for the month of May or the next 30 days? And we have a pick a card here. So let me show you your choices. Group number 1. This will be your image. Ain't I a woman? Hopefully you could see that. This is some art. It's an art collage that I did some time ago. Ain't I a woman? Group number 1. And don't worry about gender with any of this. It's more of just what image is calling you. Group number 2, Barren Samadhi. Group number 2, Barren Samadhi. And group number 3 will be this beautiful image of an earth goddess. So if you haven't done a pick a card before, all you need to do is focus on the image. Maybe the timestamps will be in the description. So if you want to work with numbers, what calls to you as a number, you can do it that way. Or you can listen to one or more of these groups. We are going to pick a card, a spirit's opening message card with each one of these groups. And that might help you. So I also want to say thank you all for subscribing to this channel. It really helps my channel to grow if you can just like, subscribe, or comment. I really appreciate your support. I hope that these messages are helpful. I know that sometimes I work very specifically, not so generally. All the time, my gifts are very specific. Sometimes I'm just tapping into whose energy I am aligned with. So liking the video, maybe subscribing to me puts me more in your energy. It's a possibility. And so, hopefully these readings resonate with you. But if they don't, make more contact with me so that I can tap into your energy as you allow. And the prayers have been done. So let's see for group number 1, what is Spirit's opening message? For group number 1, mirrored souls. All right, this looks like a relationship reading of some sort for group number 1. Thank you, Spirit. For group number 2, limitless. Limitless. And for group number 3, Spirit's opening message is awaken. Awaken. So I'm going to go ahead and pick all the oracle cards for this reading, and then we'll go ahead and do some live tarot shuffling in each one of the groups. So again, the timestamps will be below, and this is for the month of May or your next 30 days. What is it that you need to know or be aware of? Thank you so much for joining me here. Take care. Hello, group number 1. I wanted to say 2, so that's interesting. Maybe group number 2 will be interesting to you as well. But group number 1, welcome to my channel. I'm Kamara with Rooted Futures, and this is about what do you need to know for the next 30 days or for the month of May, which is when I'm doing this reading, April 30th, I believe. So you chose the Ain't I a Woman collage. It's a piece of art that I did, collage art that I did a few years ago. And in there is this small written word, justice, which Spirit's drawing my attention to that right now. And if you can't see, there's a long line of women who are being initiated, and they're singing this initiation song as they're in procession. And as they're in procession, there's this big giant earth behind them with the continent of Africa. Africa could have some meaning for you. You could be of African descent. You don't have to be. You could have traveled to Africa before. And it's a big continent, so think about it. You could also feel like you're in some kind of initiatory stage in these next 30 days. And it may be even that you're in initiation with others. People who you're doing this through community. There's also this "ain't I a woman," which is a very famous saying by Sojourner Truth, if you don't know who that is. And Sojourner Truth, she was a very famous author, poet during the days of abolition. She was an African descent enslaved woman. And she wrote this prose about not being, just the difference between how Black women are treated versus white women. So there's something very political here too. And maybe it has to do with your own understanding of the different ways in which you were singled out. So, let's just kind of, what I want to say, zoom it out, because you may not identify as African descent, you may not identify as a woman, and these readings are meant to be gender fluid, sexually fluid. And what I want to say here is, perhaps in this next 30 days, a place where you always felt different, a place that you always felt like you were treated differently, regardless of who you are, regardless of how you show up in the world. There's something that makes you unique that you've always felt like you had to seek justice around. And maybe that's been part of your wound story. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Maybe that's been a part of your story that you've healed from, you've had to heal from, that's had some specific wounding for you. So in Spirit's opening message, there came the mirrored souls. And what I find here immediately, group number 1, is that this process you're in, whether it's you're beginning your initiation process, and initiation simply means you are going through a growth process. You are perhaps doing what people popularly call shadow work. You're doing some kind of work where you're going within, and you are looking within for answers to maybe some kind of trauma, some kind of wounding. And in this process, you are going to, part of your initiation process in this next 30 days will be coming in contact with a mirrored soul. Now, this could refer to a romantic relationship, somebody that you will meet in which you both have mirrored energy, mirrored souls. Spirit is also saying that it doesn't have to be romantic, though. This could be someone in which you share parallel lives. And for a very small group of you, this might even be a twin. If you're part of a twin or a multiple birth, this might be your other twin. This could be a twin flame if you believe in twin flames. This could also be, like I said, someone who you will find romantic interest in. Either way, you are going to meet someone very significant in these next 30 days. And what I've got to say about the mirrored soul process, group number 1, it's a kind of relationship that first presents with a lot of similarities, but also with a lot of challenges, because you are literally looking in the mirror. You are being confronted by the imagery and the energy of yourself. And sometimes that can be very startling when we meet someone that awakens maybe all of the criticisms that we have inwardly about ourselves. Maybe we meet someone who awakens all the things that we've decided to suppress in life because those things are emotionally really heavy for us. This is the kind of relationship that's going to bring that forward. This is why many people will say twin flame relationships, soulmate relationships are not always light and fluffy and loving. They can also be very intense. They have lessons for you to learn. And that mirrored soul, number 21, if that means something to you, this mirrored soul is coming towards you in a way that's awakening some work that you've been doing, some work that you've maybe even unconsciously or consciously decided, I'm going to dive into this. I don't want this pattern to have a hold on me anymore. You know, an example of this, and this is just an example, say that within your family there's always been alcoholism, and maybe you've had to deal with alcoholism on your own, and you've decided that you're going to be the last one that this impacts in a negative way, alcohol. You know, that was just an example. But I'm saying that for some of you, it may be that you come from a long line of families, a family line where divorce is very common. Not that divorce is necessarily bad for people, but, you know, where relationship ruptures are part of the norm. And maybe you're deciding, I want to be the last person that participates in that pattern of relationship. I want something that's stable for myself. I want something that's caring and loving. So you get the picture here, group number 1. Mirrored Souls is about to bring to you the lesson you need to learn in order to accomplish this goal of breaking a particular kind of pattern. Here are the rest of your oracle cards, and then we'll get into tarot pools. Emotional energy. It says here, emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. There you go again, group number 1. There's something about May that's going to bring into focus an area around your emotions that needs your attention. And I think that what is going to happen is something is going to happen with a mirrored soul. Someone you know, someone you meet will bring up a particular emotion that you are going to decide, I need to dive into this. I need to heal this. I need to bring myself to the next level so that I can work past, maybe an example, abandonment or rejection. I want to work past that feeling. I want to stop suffering so much in not having close relationships because I'm afraid to get hurt. You know, that's just an example, but for some of you, they may be true. So that emotional energy, you see here in the card, this being is literally getting ready to fly away. You know, there's something even about this card, and this is specific to a few of you. Maybe you were brought up in a family where being queer, being bisexual, maybe being gay, you know, that had negative, there was a lot of negativity around that. And maybe for some of you, you're needing to break free and come out of the closet, be your free queer self. You know, this is just an example. For some of you, this may be that emotional freedom that you're looking for. For others of you, this is just about living in your light, living in your freedom, living the life that you've always wanted to live, without the dictates of what you've been told you had to do in this life. Let's see what the other cards have to say. This is deep, group number 1. Protection. I call back my power. See this, group number 1? I cut cords and I do soul retrieval. This is, Spirit is saying here, group number 1, that it may be essential for you to really look at all the relationships in your life right now in this initiatory process and decide Who's going to walk with me in my new path towards freedom, towards liberation? And who do I need to protect myself from as I open myself up vulnerably to be myself, to live in my authenticity, even if it's different from my family, even if it's different from the community I was raised around? I need to start the process of cutting the cords with toxic relationships that no longer support where I'm going in life. So you will be in this process, group number one. And it's a deep process. You see how the moon is dark here? And I believe there's a new moon on May 5th. There may be some specific new moon work that you will want to do to assist you in cutting cords during this time. The new moon is a great time to do the deeper, protective, magical work because the moon is dark. You are on your own. You're seeing through for yourself what it is that you need to do. And it doesn't mean that others need to be privy to it. You are taking your power into your own hands during this time, group number one. Wow, the magic guardian. Yeah, just what I was saying, group number one. You may find in this next 30 days or that new moon period that you really want to hone into your magic, into your power. You really want to, this figure is holding a cauldron of smoke. So it might be something that you're doing specifically around some smoke work, around magical work, like burning particular herbs for protection, burning some herbs for insight. You have the flower of life here, some sacred geometry. Again, it looks like there's this moon type of figure in the middle. This being is working with the above and below. You see how the one hand is pointing to the below and one hand is holding the sacred fire, holding the sacred herbs. There may be ceremony that you would like to do either alone or in community. Whatever it is that you're doing, do you see this magic guardian has wings? It is going to liberate you. It is going to set you free. It's going to start the trajectory of you being free and stepping into a new life, a new emotion that will hold your life in authenticity, group number one. And lastly, with the oracle cards, there's this message here of how it is safe for you to love again. It's safe for you to open your heart, group number one. I think you know this at the unconscious level. I think that perhaps you've been doing a lot of work up to this point. Maybe you've been in ceremony yourself and you keep getting the message that love is the answer for you. Love is going to be the next bridge of healing for you. But you need to feel safe in order to do this. You need to feel secure in order to do this. And so this preparation in the next 30 days, group number one, is going to help you because I believe you are probably getting ready to meet someone where a very significant relationship is going to help you achieve the healing that you wish to do. Let's go to the tarot. I'm just shuffling right now. Spirit is talking to me and saying that many of you, your heart has been blocked. And I think you know that love is a final lesson for you. You've learned many lessons, perhaps how to get your material life in order, how to get your physical health in order. And there's this final frontier for you of love, relationships. You have the Five of Cups in reverse here, group number one. And its Spirit is saying immediately, you are no longer in the cold. You are no longer doing this work on your own, alone. You are going to find someone or a group of people, soul family, in which you are going to start to feel like you have the support you need to do the work that you need to do on this emotions, right? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you are not at a place where you're done yet. Some of you have been doing so much significant healing work, but Spirit is pointing to the fact that the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse here, meaning you're not done yet. You're almost there, but in reverse means there's one more thing you need to do. There's something, you're close, but there's that issue of that wound that needs healing, group number 1. Look at that. 8 of Pentacles. I think what you're going to find here, and what Spirit is saying, is that if you really put in the work, if you just, it's an expression, put your head down, really start to focus, not so much on your actual physical work, but the work of spirit. Because I'm really getting shown here that this healing, it's not only going to impact your emotions, it's going to make life much better for you. You're going to find that you are able to manifest even more than you have been. And I get a sense that some of you have done some real miraculous work around your material life, but you're about to experience even more. But there's certain kind of work that needs to happen in this process. So let's start to clarify. Let's clarify with the 5 of Cups in reverse. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for your guidance. Judgment in reverse. Clarifying the Wheel of Fortune. 3 of Wands upright. Clarifying the 8 of Pentacles. The Strength card upright. I believe there's some kind of decision that's going to be involved here. Maybe some of you have been wondering, I'm hearing this might be very specific. Some of you are wondering, should I move towards someone that I'm interested in? Should I move towards a relationship? There's some kind of judgment, meaning some kind of decision that you need to make. But you're finding it difficult to just make this decision without any grounding, without any foundation. You understand right now that you have some healing to do before you can just say, yes, let me move towards this person. Let me engage in this new relationship. There's something that you want to heal within yourself so that you're not repeating those same patterns, group number 1. And in these next 30 days, you're going to find yourself dreaming of what it would be like to be healed from this last wound, from this hurt that has kept you maybe in stagnation, maybe in an unfavorable cycle. You're dreaming about, what does the world look like when my heart is open? What does the world feel like when I can love fully with vulnerability and strength? What does it look like for me to really take control of something that I've allowed this wound? For some of you, you've allowed this wound to just run your relationships, to keep you in a place of insecurity, to keep you always guessing and wondering or in your head. But this Strength card is pointing to a new dawn, a new day for you, where you feel very confident, you feel safe, you feel secure, and you're able to communicate when things don't feel that way for you. You're able to take care of yourself in relationships now, group number 1. You are coming into that, or you are going to learn how to do that. At the bottom of the deck, We have the 10 of Wands. This work is going to pay off for you. And Spirit is saying, if you put in the work now, this emotional work, for some of you, you're being called to go to therapy and really put in the work, really get to the root of your issues. For others of you, this is a spiritual journey in which you are going to really have to put in the time. Whether you meditate, you may have to go to ashram or meditation center and really put in the time to reach your goals. Whatever it is, those are just examples. You are really going to reap the reward of that work. And there's the Knight of Pentacles following. What is going to happen is that this is going to start to shift your entire world, even from the material level. But it's going to be slow, consistent work. This is what Spirit is saying, because the Knight of Pentacles is slow, it's consistent, but it pays off, right? It comes in slow, but it has been making the journey consistently. And that is what Spirit is advising to you, group number 1. In these next 30 days, Page of Machetes, take the action, group number 1. You know the action of what you need to do, whether that's healing through emotional work, healing something spiritually, healing something on the physical. Some of you may decide that you need to join some kind of martial arts or some kind of physical way of understanding how to deal, maybe yoga, something that's like maybe a trauma-based practice that will help you somatically. And somatic is like a healing modality that deals with the body. So know this, group number 1. I'm a therapist by profession, and I always say, even as a therapist, sometimes psychotherapy is not for everyone. There may be other modalities that are going to be the way that you heal yourself. So don't lock yourself into something that maybe doesn't fit your energy right now. You may find other ways of healing, which are totally fine, and that is what Spirit wanted me to reinforce or just kind of like emphasize here as well. So I'm being told that that's the end of the reading, group number 1. And what I want to say to you is that you have the backing of Spirit. I'm hearing here that this final push, this final frontier, this final act will put you where you need to be. But this relationship, whatever sparks this action of healing, Spirit is saying, don't turn and run away from it. Face it, be in it, become your best version of yourself. So if you like the way that I read, please like this video. Please comment below and with the pile number to let me know that this resonated with you. If you'd like to, please subscribe to the channel and click that bell so that you'll know when I upload new videos. I really do appreciate you taking the time to listen to this reading. May you have a beautiful May. Take care, my friends. Hello, group number 2. Thank you for joining me here at this reading. I'm Kamara with Rooted Futures. And just a reminder that if you resonate with this reading, please comment or leave a thumbs up, and I really appreciate your support in growing this channel. So group number 2, you chose Baron Samedi. If you don't know who the Baron is a Loa of the African traditional religions. Hoodoo, maybe some people say voodoo, there's lines here. But here's what I want to say about Baron Samedi. The Baron is the Lord of Death, maybe. The Lord, he governs over those souls that have departed. And you'll often see him in cemeteries or associated with death or funeral type of imagery. When I think of Baron Samedi here, this is an ancestral energy. This may be an ancestral message for some of you, group number 2, as you head into these next 30 days or the month of May. Your ancestors have a special message to you. Some maybe, I'm hearing specifically for some people, some who are recently departed. So some of you may have someone who's recently passed away that is trying to send you this message. Others of you, this is your ancestors of any timeline, maybe even ancestors you have never met before. In all ways, these ancestors may have been Christian in their life when they were in their living life. That's highly likely too. And the Baron here, there's something about this unfinished grave that I'm being pointed to. It looks in this picture as if the Baron has just finished digging this grave. And there's this crow here. It's all signifying a deep transformation that's getting ready to happen in the next 30 days for you, group number 2. Death-like transformation doesn't necessarily mean death, but it can mean a very significant change is coming in the month of May or the next 30 days, group number 2. A change that will be guided by your ancestors. And your ancestors are calling for you to pay attention to what happens in the next 30 days as this change is to be facilitated. Your ancestors are letting you know they are supporting you with whatever this big change is. You will experience something very significant in the month of May or the next 30 days. Depends on when you're watching this. Yes. Your ancestors want you to know that regardless of whatever happens in these next 30 days or in the month of May, group number 2, you are limitless. Whatever you are being, they want you to look at this, I'm hearing them right now. They want you to look at this change as if you are being released, quite literally, from some limiting belief or some limiting pattern. This is specific, but they're showing me that some of you, this is only, take it where it resonates, you all. If you lose a job, it is only, your ancestors are saying, it is only because you deserve to be in something that's more expansive, that taps more into your genius, that taps more into who you are, your passions, your drives, your skill, your knowledge. That is why they're saying it's like unlimiting you. Something that you will experience in the next 30 days will feel as if you've lost or you failed, but your ancestors are saying, do not feel that way. You are being exalted. I hear that word. Wow, group number 2. It's like, I feel that you are being exalted. You are being elevated. That is what your ancestors are saying. Let's go to your oracle cards. I picked a few of these, and then we'll go and we'll pick some tarot cards live. Broken dreams. Group number 2. Only, it says below, only you can accept or reject your dreams. Wow. So group number 2, again, that's what I'm getting from your ancestors. They don't want you to slip into some kind of deep sadness when this change comes about. You see how the mirror is broken? It may be something that your ancestors are saying you will be tempted to fall into a place of letting it affect your self-image. You may let it affect a dream of yours that you've always had. And your ancestors are saying, don't let it do that. Don't let it have that impact on your dreams. That your dreams are being symbolized by this broken egg. Something that perhaps you began will suddenly end. Something that you thought was going to grow into something. The egg can almost symbolize something that you thought was going to grow into a child, something that was going to grow into something that you've created. Suddenly it breaks. It could be the loss of a business. It could really quite literally be the loss of something that you created. And your ancestors are saying here, don't let it define you. Yeah. defy and define. Don't let it define you. Boundaries are coming up here. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? You know, I think one of the lessons your ancestors are saying that you will learn out of all of this is that you needed to learn how to institute better boundaries for yourself. It could be that whatever you are losing is the result of you maybe being burnt out or just having too much on your plate to manage, and things just end up breaking. You know how I'm being brought to this example, and I don't know why, but in high school, when I was in high school, and that was quite a long time ago, you know, they would give you, as part of the family class, they would give you this egg. The teacher would give you this raw egg, and you're supposed to treat it as a baby and carry it around for a week to understand just how delicate it is to take care of a small baby. Maybe this was their version of birth control or something. I don't know, back in the day. I don't even know if they still do this. But you carry around this baby for a week and you try not to break it, this delicate egg. And, you know, all the students have their own approach to how they're going to take care of this egg. And, you know, the teachers throughout the week, whether they see you walking down the hall, they're saying, are you carrying your egg? Where's your egg? Like, you couldn't leave it in the bathroom. You couldn't leave it alone. It's supposed to be an actual baby. And there's something here about Spirit bringing that memory to you, that this, whatever this is that breaks for you, group number 2, I think it's because you had too much to handle, and Spirit is saying that you are going to learn now that it is where your focus needs to be is on this sacred thing, this sacred creation, and that you need to shape your life so that you could take care of the things that you love. That is going to be a key lesson that I'm hearing right now, group number 2. And in shaping your life to doing the things that you love, that you hold sacred, you can't allow all these little, you see all these little hands reaching out and trying to grab at your energy. Spirit is saying the result of this transformation is that you're going to learn boundaries. You're going to learn where to put your energy and how much to give and how much to hold for yourself. Group number 2. You've got the drum here, dream and journey. Again, the word dream. There is a dream that you have for yourself, group number 2. A dream that you've held perhaps for a long time. Something that you've been so dedicated to. And Spirit is saying right now, this small break, it could feel devastating. It could feel like it's the end of this dream, but Spirit is calling you to drum and journey. Meaning, in indigenous ways, we take out the drum. The drum is the sound of the heartbeat. It's the sound that we hear when we're in the womb of our mother. And when we go into nature, perhaps, we bring a drum. We listen to the heartbeat of the earth and we reconnect with our ancestral dream. That's what I'm hearing here. With our original dream. That's what I'm hearing here. There's something about this dream that you need to reimagine, that you need to redream for yourself. And that is a part of this process that's being led. Because remember again, group number 2, you are unlimited. You're limitless. And Baron Samadhi is helping you here to bury the past meaning things that didn't work, things that couldn't hold the vessel of your dream. Those things need to go. You are going to enter into this grave and you're going to be born again into a new dream. This is deep, group number 2. Wow. For some of you, and this is not everyone, this is around an ex partnership. Perhaps for some of you, and I'm not getting it's all of you that are watching, but for some of you, you may be ending a relationship. A relationship may end in the next 30 days or relationship will be finalized. You know how you have to wait to get the papers signed for a divorce, or you have to initiate a divorce process, or some of you are initiating some kind of separation. Whatever's going to happen, your ancestors are saying there's something much more expansive for you, and you're going to have to work through the broken parts and rebirth yourself again in this process. Now that's for a few of you. Let's go to the tarot. Let's clarify. Death in reverse. Interesting. Ace of Wands in reverse. Ten of Swords in reverse. Group number 2, you're strongly being advised here to not avoid change, to not fight change. Allow this new beginning, this new action to take place in your life. Allow for something to be done. Maybe you were feeling like you were betrayed. Maybe you were feeling like you were cheated out of something. And perhaps you were. And Spirit is pointing to you right now that now is not the time to resist change. Spirit is even pointing to me and saying to me that whatever you are going through, it is part of your spiritual growth. Let me clarify the Death in reverse. Ooh, that came out right away. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Clarifying the Ace of Wands in reverse. Judgment upright. Clarifying 10 of Swords in reverse. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. Bottom of the deck, look at that. Upright is the 4 of Wands. We'll get back to that. Okay, so group number 2, clarifying the Death in reverse, is the 3 of Pentacles. For some of you, this is a work situation that you felt perhaps some betrayal around. A work situation, like I said, some of you, if you experienced some kind of job loss, I don't know if that was in group number 1 or 2. I kind of get these two groups are connected, group 1 and 2. If this is around a job loss, a sudden job loss, or something about your career, the ancestors are saying, and your ancestors are all over this reading, they're like, this needed to happen. And only in the future you will see why. Your ancestors are saying that sometimes Spirit wants you to know who has your back, who actually is going to be there for you. And the way that things are happening in this particular scenario, group number 2, you need to know who are your friends, who are your true colleagues, and who are not. And from this Ace of Wands, you're going to be able to make decisive judgment about who, because your ancestors are letting you know, we want you to know who can go with you to this next level, because your ancestors are quite clearly showing you are not going to be in the dark. You are not going to be tossed out onto the streets. You have a destiny, group number 2. And that destiny, your ancestors are saying here with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, you are not going to be on the street. You are not going to be cast out. Your worst fears are not going to go there. Your ancestors are saying they're handling this and taking care of you, but you need to know about the spirit of betrayal. You need to know who has your back. For whatever reason, that's coming clear to me, group number 2. Whatever the scenario, your ancestors are saying there's something that's going to happen, whether within family or community, that's going to let you know going forward who are your true supporters. This is going to be important for the future, bottom of the deck, group number 2, because there will be a time where you will be in celebration, where you will be bringing back community, and community will be coming back together in celebration of you, whether this is a new marriage, whether this is a new project, whatever the situation is, taken as it resonates, there will be a moment where you will be in celebration. You will retain your life, and Spirit is saying this moment right here is for clarity. You have the 6 of Pentacles here in reverse. Yes, some of you are going to experience asking someone that you know for help, and that person will deny you. Spirit is saying here, you need to know the unmasked version of this person. This person who's going to refuse or deny you, you need to know their true face. And Spirit is saying this is why the situation will happen. Do not put yourself, this is 4 of Swords, do not put yourself in a place where you can't see the larger picture. They're really encouraging you to turn this upright. Start to meditate. Go within. That is how you're going to keep your balance in this whole situation, this whole upheaval. Because quite literally, we haven't seen the tower, but you're going to be in a tower moment in the next 30 days. Or you will be preparing for one. But you will see victory. This Knight of Wands is really saying to me, you will come out on top. You will realize what it is that you are here to do and how you need to do it. And that can be in whatever way this reading is coming out and resonating. It could be in new relationships. It could be a new job, a new project, a new creation. You will come out on top, group number 2, and you will be in victory. You will take actions that will lead you to victory. Yes, if this is about a relationship, you will become the Empress. You will, for a small group of you, because I was tapping into it earlier, I didn't say it. Some of you may have experienced a miscarriage, and I'm really sorry if that was the case. And you will find, and maybe that miscarriage, that inability to having fertility issues, maybe broke up the relationship you were in, but you will find that you will have a new relationship in which pregnancy is possible. It becomes possible. Now, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just saying you will become an Empress energy. Sometimes fertility issues are not all about the medicine. Sometimes, and again, I'm not giving advice here, but sometimes it's energetic. It's who your ancestors are asking for you to be with. And this 3 of Cups is still, I think here, you're going to learn how to rely on yourself. You're going to learn that you have just as much power as a whole group of people. And for some of you, you may end up leaving this life that you have now for a new life. And this new life is going to put you on a new adventure, a new place. Bottom of the deck still, Spirit is saying you have much choices coming forward to you. Many options. Lots of dreams here. Dreams your ancestors want for you. Dreams of a material life. Dreams from your unconscious and conscious world. There's so much happening here. This is only a temporary loss, but it's there to show you something. And you will be the star, group number 2. Ultimately, you are the star. ultimately you will rise to your rank and file. I hear rank and file for whatever reason. I hear that you are rising in spiritual rank, and this is a part of that process. Knowing who has your back, knowing that you can do things on your own without the crowd, without the support that you thought you once needed. You can do things on your own. So this is where I'm being called to end this reading, group number 2. I really feel that this overall is about your strength. Overall, this is about your ability to overcome. In the next 30 days, you will see that process either beginning or coming to a finalization where you can see that you've made it through to the other side. If you like the way that I read, please comment below the pile that you were watching and resonated with. And if you want to, please join this channel by subscribing and clicking that bell so that you get notified when I upload new readings. I really do appreciate your support in growing this new channel. Thanks so much. Take care. Hello, group number 3. This is Kamara with Rooted Futures. Thank you for joining me on this reading. Thank you for supporting this channel. I really appreciate you. If you haven't already, please subscribe and click that bell so that you get notified when I do readings. And I really appreciate any comments or liking the reading if it resonates with you. All of your support helps me grow this channel, so I really appreciate it. So group number 3, you chose this image of this, I would say, an earth goddess. But it's kind of interesting because she holds her hand to the doorknob of a door, entering into, it almost feels like her earth garden. And there's all this beautiful stars around her. That's why I kind of think of her as like an earth goddess. And there's something about this door. She's almost beckoning you to walk through it. As she gets ready to open it, letting you know that there is a journey in store for you, group number 3. In the next 30 days, this is a reading that's timeless, so it could be the next 30 days or in the month of May. You will find that you are beginning to take a journey. You are being called to take a journey, group number 3. And it has to do with earth energy. So you may be doing something of a new journey. For some of you, this may be plant medicine. Maybe you're deciding to do a specific plant medicine journey. For others of you, maybe you're going to decide to go out into nature. Maybe you're going to do a vision quest. Maybe you're going to do something in nature that's ceremonial or ritual. But you are being called to walk through the door of spirit, the earth spirit. The earth spirit has a message for you around your new journey. And your spirit's opening message here, we did pick this card and it has number 1 on it. Very interesting, group number 3. The number 1 is the number of self. So this journey is going to be one of your awakening. This journey of awakening is calling you. It's literally sparking and igniting through your crown chakra. So this is going to be, I really do feel for quite a few of you, if you haven't already, and I'm not condoning it one way or the other, you may do some kind of plant medicine journey, some kind of journey that's going to illuminate your vision. That doesn't have to just be plant medicine. You could do a meditation retreat and have that same result. You could do some other kind of spiritual ceremonies that are going to awaken your third eye, that's going to awaken your crown chakra. It's going to allow you to see more clearly in the spirit realm. Here are some other oracle cards that I picked, and then we'll be picking tarot cards right after this. Melting mask. It says here, group number 3, allow your spirit self to shine through the many roles that you fulfill. There's something here about you and growth. Maybe you're getting ready to step into a new type of role in your community, in your family. There may be something where once you thought you needed to just be one way, and you're going to elevate into something different. You're going to take on a new role in your community. Maybe you'll become a teacher. Maybe you'll become a healer. There's a way in which you thought you needed to present yourself to the community as one person, and now you may be shifting that. You may be perceived as something different. You may have a perception of yourself that's changing as a result of this journey. Group number 3. Lemuria. It says creating heaven on earth. Lemuria was really about being able to like bring your vision into family, into community, to bring harmony to the earth. Lemuria was about a harmonious time where we all lived together in freedom and harmony, quite literally in alignment with the earth and its energies. And I think that you are part of a group, maybe this journey, this awakening that you're going to be on in the next 30 days, group number 3, or maybe the start of it or some planning of it will happen in this next 30 days, group number 3, where you're going to realize you are part of a spirit team that's being led, that's placed here right now in this timeline to usher in a new movement of consciousness. I just heard that, group number 3. You are part of a spirit team, a community that is going to usher in a new thought. And you have to finish your awakening. Whether this has happened already in the next 30 days, this may happen. In the month of May, there's some kind of clarity on this journey. Whether you take it in the month of May or you are starting to prepare for it in the month of May. Wow. Look at that, group number 3. High Priestess, harness your mystic power. This is what I'm saying, group number 3. I feel your energy. I feel the energy of this group. Maybe perhaps I'm part of it. I've always felt like I'm part of a special mission here on this earth. So if you connect with this, perhaps we're soul family. But High Priestess energy, that is what you're being led into. Perhaps some of you have had completely different jobs away from spirit, away from doing some of the things that you've always thought you needed to do in this earth, and you're going to find that your role suddenly is expanding, or your role is suddenly changing. You have other things to do on this earth, and you are ushering in new healing, a new time, a new thought. And this last card, I mean, we're bringing in relationship to it into the next 30 days as well. But, this doesn't have to only be romantic relationship. It's saying stay optimistic and thinking positive about this love that you're bringing into the world. Because really, quite literally, to be a Lumerian, I believe, is about someone who believes in the power of love. Someone who believes that love truly is what is going to heal this planet. And there's many times in the world, group number 3, where we are shown loveless acts every day. From whether they're people committing all kinds of crimes or harming other people. It's hard to stay positive about love being a powerful action. And you are being guided here by your ancestors, group number 3, to remember the power of love. Let's go into the tarot. You've got 6 of machetes, 6 of swords in reverse. You've got 2 of swords in reverse. A lot of thinking here. You've got the Queen of Cups. Exactly, group number 3. You are being shown here by your guides, by spirit, that it is not a time to run away from things. This is interesting. I'm getting a very specific message. If you've been thinking, oh, things are too rough here, I need to move, I need to go away, I need to take myself out of the picture, you are being encouraged to think about that. You're being encouraged to think about this life's work as the work of the place that you're in right now. To not run away, to not move away. If you don't like the word run away, to not move away, but to make decisions. Don't make decisions blindly here, but to really see where it is that you can offer your love in your fullness. Because the Queen of Cups, group number 3, this is a person, a being who fully embodies their emotions, who understands the power of love, who has this really unique offering when it comes to the cup. The cup in and of itself is like an offering of love. And it's so unique, it's so powerful that there's literally a throne that this Queen of Love sits upon, that people come to receive healing, to receive good words of positivity and optimism. I keep seeing that word as something that you're going to offer as a healing balm. And in these next 30 days, whether it's in the month of May or whenever you see this reading, group number 3, know that you have a special offering within you. And this journey that you're getting ready to take, it is going to put you in full alignment with yourself, to understand that your work is just deeper than the present moment. It's being informed by the past, and it's also informing the future. This is what I'm hearing from your ancestors, even clarifying the 6 of machetes. Yes, there's an 8 of cups here. You know, it's so interesting that these 2 cards came out together. I'm just going to stop right here for a minute to show you. Because upright, you would see that the 6 of swords is also about leaving, but it's in reverse. But the 8 of cups is about leaving. Here is what Spirit shows me as the difference in these cards. When you have the 6 of machetes, the 6 of swords in reverse, you know, that's like leaving under duress, leaving because you're fed up, leaving something because it's incomplete and you've just got to go. But when you have the 8 of cups, you are leaving with all your cups upright, meaning you left something in a good position. You put all the work that you needed to put into it. Your cups are firm. They're standing upright. Your cups are filled. You are not leaving disaster behind. You're not leaving chaos behind. So maybe group number 3, you are being directed by Spirit that if you want to leave something, don't leave it in chaos. Don't leave it so that other people have to pick up the pieces. Leave in a way where everybody feels and you feel solid about leaving. You feel good about leaving. You're not burning bridges, but you are leaving things in, I guess, in good shape. Clarifying the devil's in reverse when it comes to the 2 of swords in reverse. Whatever this decision is, don't make it from a place of, when I think of the devil in reverse, it means that you need to come out, you're coming out of obsessive thinking. You're coming out of being attached to a way of thinking, and you're starting to get, you need to get more logical here with some of your decisions, not to be impulsive. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit's like impulsive. Not to be impulsive with whatever decision you're about to take. You know what? It's bringing me back to the original card, the journey. There's this door you're getting ready to walk through. There's this journey you're getting ready to take. And now Spirit is bringing it to me together. Let me pick the last card to clarify the Queen of Cups, and because Spirit is bringing it together now. I get it, Spirit. Thank you. Spirit is saying, yes, look at this. You've got the 6 of Pentacles. What Spirit is saying here, group number 3, this journey is for you. There's no doubt you need to go on this journey. It's part of your greater learning. It's part of your work that you're doing. It's work that has purpose, that has a mission. However, Spirit is saying here, and then there's the next 30 days, you need to be acutely aware of how you're making this journey, how you're preparing for this journey, and what you are going to leave behind. Spirit wants you to put all of your affairs in order before making this journey. Don't leave in chaos. You need to look at things that logically need to be put together. Don't just dream about something. Don't become so obsessed and that you make an impulsive decision. And also, secure your funds. Make sure that if you are having to move somewhere where you won't have a job right away, make sure you have funds available. Make sure the money is saved up, or someone is going to provide you with a grant. Someone is going to assist you. And that's a possibility. If this Queen of Cups is a person, there may be someone who's available to provide you with a scholarship, a grant, whatever it is. Or you need to secure that money to do this work that you've always dreamt of doing. Do not leave things in upheaval, bills unpaid, pet companions untaken care of. Like Spirit is saying, there's a way in which you need to plan this. Let's look at the bottom of the deck, group number 3. Yeah. There's going to be a way in which you just want to take action impulsively, and Spirit is saying, slow your roll. Do things with thought. 3 of Wands. Yes, have a vision for what you want to do, but also have a plan. You can manifest the things that you need to manifest to make this vision come true. You are the magician here, group number 3. And there's something about really taking the time and the commitment to make sure that your material life is handled and handled correctly. And when you do that, you'll see that this nine of Wands here, it's talking about you also understanding that this is not a quick sprint. This is a marathon. And that there's might be some healing work that you have to do yourself, but you're completely prepared to take this journey. Maybe some of you are wondering, am I in the right place to even do this? You are. Spirit is saying, you're strong enough. You're here. And look at that. Last card that Spirit's calling me to pull. You're riding in on victory. Victory is assured when this journey gets ready. For some of you, this journey is beginning. For some of you, this journey will end and you will be in victory. Either way, it's the right decision. Spirit wants you to look at this logically, with commitment, and with decisiveness. And as you do that, victory is assured. You will be supported. You will complete your mission here on earth. Very beautiful, very powerful, group number 3. I want to thank you for joining me in this reading. If you like the way that I read, please like this video and comment below with the pile number. I really appreciate your feedback and your support of this channel. Please subscribe again and click that bell if you want to get notified when I upload again. Otherwise, have a happy 30 new days, whatever, if it's May or any other 30 days that are coming forward for you. I hope that you do well. Take care. Peace.